The truth occurs. The truth occurs.
Hi everyone. Maybe a lot of you don't know this, but actually I used to be a lot heavier than I was. I think I lost about 35 pounds or so. I don't weigh myself very much. But I have kind of found a trick to losing weight and keeping it off. And it's not a diet. The diets don't work. But what really works is to just eat really nutritious food in as natural of a state as possible, as in unprocessed or as raw as possible. When you eat denatured, processed food and demineralized food, what happens is your body is lacking nutrients, so then you actually feel hungry all the time because you are hungry, you're hungry for nutrition. So one way around this, instead of starving yourself or these kinds of things, is to just nourish your body, and then you'll find that you'll crave food like, you know, junk food and things a lot less. And one really important type of food to incorporate in your diet is green vegetables and salads and things like that. And a lot of people, when you say salad, they think diet. I'm on a diet. I gotta eat a salad. Oh God. Or oh, how boring. Munching on a carrot stick or celery stick. You know, or oh man, I'm gonna turn into a rabbit. And you know, people have this like aversion to salad, but it doesn't have to be that way. Let me point out, you know, when you go to a restaurant and they have a salad bar, it's good, right? You like to eat from the salad bar. Well, basically you can make salad bar quality salad at home with good ingredients, and that way you're getting a lot of good nutrition, a lot of minerals. And if you keep eating like that, you're not gonna feel like pigging out on a bunch of junk. Number one, you're gonna lose your taste for it, and two, you're not gonna feel like hungry all the time because you won't be craving nutrients. So I'm gonna show you two salads today. They're made out of like kind of the same ingredients, so I can make them at the same time quite easily. One is a quinoa salad and the other one is a parsley salad. For the quinoa salad, quinoa is a grain, and I'm going to take 2/3 of a cup. Some people do different proportions, but this is the way that I like to do it. 2/3 of a cup of quinoa, which I'm going to put into the pot, and also a cup of water. I'm going to put that in there, and I'm going to cook it basically the way you cook rice. Just bring it to a boil, and once it's boiled, you turn it down to like here, and you cover it up and you let it simmer. So while I'm doing that, I can start preparing the other ingredients. I think what I'll do first, I'll show you how to make the salad dressing. So what you do for that is you boil a little bit of water, and then you add about a teaspoon or so, a heaping teaspoon of mustard. This is a yellow mustard with curcumin, like turmeric, but you can use any kind of Dijon mustard for this. And then you just add a nice spoon of honey, and you take some of your boiling water and you put that in there to dissolve it about halfway up. And then just dissolve the mustard and honey in the water. And when that's done, you just fill up the jar the rest of the way with apple cider vinegar. That's it for the dressing. That's how easy it is, and you'll be surprised how good it actually tastes. The recipe actually also calls for a flat teaspoon of Himalayan pink salt or other kind of, or sea salt, but I don't put it in. Also, you can add things to it, like you could put a couple cloves of garlic in there, let it sit like that, or you could add another herb, some oregano maybe, or some pepper. Oh, and also you can add a spoon of your own turmeric to the salad dressing. And if you like oil in your salad, put your dressing on, and then you just add a little bit of maybe olive or flax or hemp seed oil. Personally, I find that the olive oil tastes the best with this. And if you're worried about getting fat from the carbs in the quinoa, trust me, you are not going to get fat eating these salads. Okay, now the dressing's made. Give that a stir. Cover it up and turn it down to minimum, and let it cook for about 20 minutes. So while the quinoa is cooking, I'm going to prepare the rest of my ingredients, chop up the vegetables. So I've got parsley, a tomato, some onions. I'm using up my leftover bits, and also I've got a shiitake mushroom. So first you're just going to chop everything up. Turn it around and then chop in the other direction. This isn't exactly the best knife, but it'll do. So the parsley's pretty finely chopped now. And you can just set it aside in a bowl. So you chop up the onions and the tomatoes pretty finely, and next comes the gorgeous shiitake mushroom. Isn't it beautiful? I get excited about things like shiitake mushrooms. Okay, I'm gonna chop this thing. And there you go, all the ingredients are chopped. Parsley's ready, dressing's ready. You know what? It hasn't even been 20 minutes, and it's been like 15 minutes at the most, and the quinoa's already ready. See, there it is. Look, it's all nice and fluffy. But see, I like it kind of crunchy, so maybe some people like it cooked more. In the instructions that I originally got, it said 20 minutes, but I'm not good with measurements and times and things like that. So you just, you know, like I say, you bring it to a boil, cover it, turn it down, and then just test it, you know. It's a little crunchy. So when it's like cooked, but you know, slightly crunchy, then it's ready. Now the parsley salad that I'm gonna make, this is basically a Middle Eastern salad called tabouleh, which is usually made with couscous, but you can make it with quinoa, although it's not, you know, authentic, but it still tastes pretty good. Okay, so they're basically the same salads, just that one is parsley based and the other one is quinoa based. So for the parsley based one, you just put the parsley in a bowl. Depends how much you want to make, you know. And then you take about half of the onions and half of the tomatoes, and I'm going to leave out the mushrooms. And then for the quinoa salad, you put the quinoa in the bowl and you just add about a handful of the parsley and the rest of the onion, a little bit of that tomato, and the shiitake mushrooms. So then you've got your two salads here. Stir up your dressing and very simply add some dressing to each. I forgot, you're supposed to add the rest of the quinoa to the tabouleh parsley salad. Okay, the rest of the quinoa is going in here, but just a bit. I might add more parsley because this one should really be mostly parsley. It's mostly green with a little bit of couscous, or in this case quinoa, so I can add a little bit more parsley. And this one, yeah, you just mix it all up. And I still have a bunch of parsley left, which is fine because I'm just going to freeze it, and then when I have a recipe that calls for parsley, I have chopped parsley that's all ready to go from the freezer. So that's it. You get two delicious salads that easily, the kind that you would get from a restaurant salad bar, the kind that you might actually want to eat. And it wasn't hard, it didn't take long at all, maybe what, 15 minutes? Quinoa salad, tabouleh salad, ta-da! And you can add some salt if you think it needs salt. I don't personally add salt. You can also add a little bit of olive oil to the tabouleh, like maybe a teaspoon. And you know, you can experiment with it. You can try different things. Maybe add a little pepper to the quinoa salad, or, you know, experiment a little bit. So I hope this is helpful to you and might encourage you to eat your veggies. And thanks for listening to me, and I'll see you next time.